Hello, friends. Hello, colleagues. Hello, listeners. Hey, this is the Platinum Business Break or the Platinum Podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it is our Platinum Vidcast, and we're so glad you're here. Today's episode is Season 3, Episode 4, and we're calling it Coaching or Counseling. And it is sponsored by the 45 Plus Life Coach. And the 45 Plus Life Coach was founded to help the 45 plus, really any age, but 45 plus, to navigate these interesting times by providing some training, some coaching, and some educational and life help resources to help you get ahead. All right, with that, we are going to jump right in. So I'm really excited about this one. This is another topic that's near and dear to my heart. So it's entitled Coaching or Counseling. There is a difference. The question I pose is coaching or counseling. Now, the picture here to my left, you can see the coach talking to the team, and the other picture is obviously a counseling session. But what's the difference? And hey, I've been coaching for over 20 years. Now, some of you are going to say, well, you've been in business 30 years. Yes, I have been. However, the first 10 years, I was still trying to figure out who I was, so I couldn't really coach. But over the years, I did find there is a distinction between coaching and counseling. And it's very important. I am not a counselor. I think if you need counseling, you have to find a professional who's trained in that. However, I am a certified coach, and I actually have two different certifications, coaching certifications, and you can ask me about that later. However, there is a distinct difference. So when we're talking coaching, I do have a lot of experience and I do know what I'm talking about. So again, coaching versus counseling. Let's start with some definitions. So what is counseling? Counseling is the provision of assistance and guidance in resolving personal, social, or psychological problems and difficulties, especially by a professional. Now, that's according to Oxford Languages. Again, counseling to me is dealing with issues in the past that keep you moving forward. And so many times I've had team members, employees, colleagues, and they're talking about issues. And as I'm listening, one, I'm a little uncomfortable, but two, I can listen to them, but I'm not a trained counselor to help them resolve those issues. And the reality is this: you can't move forward until you put some of these issues you have in the past and get over them for once and for all. Now, sometimes it's hard. I get that. I understand that. But for the most part, counseling is dealing with issues of the past things, past experiences. It could even be like a toxic work environment you're still trying to deal with years later. Again, if you need help or if you have some deep set issues like that, my strong recommendation is to find a licensed counselor in that particular subject or topic area you're having problems with. So what is coaching? So coaching, what a coach does is helps individuals or groups move from where they are now in the present to where they want to be. So again, this is a present to the future viewpoint. Coaching is also not mentoring. Okay, mentoring would be I would be giving some of my personal advice in a coaching session. In coaching, the focus is on the client or the person who's being coached. Coaching helps unlock imagination and creativity and allows the client to own the process. The coach is merely a guide. A coach is just someone to kind of hold you accountable and say, well, wait a minute, this is what you said you were going to do. And we all need that in our lives. And here's the other reality. Not all people are coachable. I've ran into a few. And a lot of that still stems from the fact that they're dealing with issues from the past, okay? So again, that is a counseling scenario, not a coaching scenario. All right, we continue. So there's actually 7 different kinds of coaching or types of coaching. You can mix and match these, and there may be combinations, but I like to categorize them as 7 different types. There's individual coaching, that's one-on-one. Group or team coaching. Now, that's typically in a business situation or business setting. Executive coaching, that's typically one-on-one with a business executive, and that is also usually tied to bigger programs, and they just need some one-on-one coaching to help get them through a change or an initiative. There's integrated or blended coaching. That's kind of the same thing as the executive coaching, but it's more maybe for the team. Maybe there's a new operating system, some new process, or maybe there's an acquisition, and you need a combination of someone who can facilitate that and coach everyone to get on board. Okay, so that's kind of what I call integrated or blending. And then there's career coaching. In fact, I just spoke to a friend of mine. He's applying for a job promotion with his company, and really talked about what his goals are, why he's wanting to apply for that job, and maybe some tips or tricks to help him do better in the interview process. Okay, so that's career coaching. Goal setting. A lot of times goal setting, I don't want to say it's a one and done, but typically it's a singular topic and say, hey, I want to write a book. I need someone to coach me through that process. Okay, now I could help with that because I've written a book, almost have a second one about to be published, or whatever it is, but it's someone that can help you, or someone can hold you accountable on a specific goal that you set. So typically that may be 2 or 3 sessions, maybe 4 sessions, but typically once the goal is achieved, the coaching relationship is over unless they have another topic or another goal that they want help with. And the last one is mastermind groups. Now, I like mastermind groups, and those are typically intra-company as well, kind of related to the group or team coaching. But the mastermind is an ongoing coaching session where either the facilitator brings like a leadership topic and does kind of a coaching on whatever topic, or maybe the group brings problems or issues or things that they need to talk about as a group, and they need a facilitator to coach them through that situation. We're going to continue. Let's talk about individual coaching. Typically, it's a single topic or goal for a group of sessions, either decided in advance or at the start of the first session. We cover a particular situation or topic and ask that individual to share their goal. So again, we're taking them from here to there. So coaching helps with the vision. It helps eliminate or minimize obstacles to help people be accountable to those goals and to help accelerate the success process, right? Because that's why you would hire a coach. Is like, look, I know I need to go from here to there. I'm stuck. I need you to help me be successful. That's what a coach does also. All right. Group or team coaching. In a group or team coaching, there's a group leader support, and there are typically single topics at each session, either decided in advance or at the start of each session. Okay. So from there, we talk about whatever topic, we have some sort of solution or success plan. Next week, it might be a different topic, or it could be ongoing. But again, it's kind of like a mastermind group, but it's more where businesses need help, maybe merging 2 departments, or maybe an acquisition or something like that. All right, executive coaching. One of the most common and widely understood types of coaching that's used in the workplace. It's a way to strengthen the performance of leaders in an organization, assist them in making key decisions, transitions, and enable them to change behaviors that may be affecting their performance. Okay, so this is a real high level stuff. This typically is an ongoing thing. It's typically a monthly, or it could be twice a month, but it could be related to, again, a bigger business topic, maybe implementation of an operating system, or maybe an acquisition or something like that, or maybe the leader's planning on retiring in a few years. He needs some help with succession planning, so he needs a coach to kind of guide through that thought process. But again, you're just a guide. You're not a mentor. You're just listening and reminding and holding accountable to make sure they are following through with their goals. All right. Integrated or blended coaching. Again, as I said before, it's a kind of that combines coaching sessions into maybe like a broader leadership program, right? So say there's a leadership program at the company, and the coaching. There's coaching, maybe it's individuals or groups around that topic to help get everyone on the same page to reaffirm and reinforce lessons learned in that program. All right. So it's kind of a bonus or add-on. Career coaching. Again, this is one of my favorite. Again, this is more of a one-on-one, but companies can also utilize this for their employees. So especially if you're having change management issues, or a lot of new people coming in, or maybe some tenured people who are just kind of, I don't know what I want to do anymore. Okay, 8 different ways. 1, helps you focus or accelerate your job search process. So that, again, whether you're looking for another opportunity in your company or external, helps you advance in your career, helps you discover your next career move. Some of us are just, we've been doing the same thing for decades. We're ready for a change. Help kind of open up that floodgate on, hey, there's other things I can do. Okay. And that's a fun part. I'd really like that part of career coaching. It helps you evaluate your career options. Maybe that's within your company. Helps you with building your personal brand. Now, I'm really big into personal brand. Now, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, it's not a resume. It's basically my brand. And it's what I'm all about. It's about my passion and purpose. So some people are just kind of lost. They don't know what's my purpose, what's my why? Why am I here? So building a personal brand can help identify that. Number 7, helps you update or develop career advancing skills. Some of us and again, 45 plus life coach. The reason that was founded was because when I was 45, I realized I was behind the 8 ball on social media, technology. In fact, I think that happens as early as 35 because a lot of us, we were working in our careers in our 20s and then we get married, start having kids, and it just all goes off the rails, mainly because we just don't have time to keep track of a lot of that stuff that we used to be able to do when we were single or didn't have a spouse or kids. So coaching could also help you determine maybe there's some things you need to update your skill set on, okay? And then lastly, helps you succeed in a new position. I see this a lot where people are promoted and they're offered no support. They're offered no training. Basically, you've heard the term, we just set them up for failure. Coaching can help with that a lot. Also, coaching can help not only the person who's in a new position, the feedback the coach can give to maybe the supervisor. If that's part of the agreement, that's okay to do. Usually it's confidential, but in that instance, if a company hires you to coach a new person, well, then you're going to give feedback to the supervisor, and it's a much better way of doing business. In fact, it's everyone's happier, everyone's aligned, okay? So there's career coaching. Goal setting. Again, this is maybe a one-off where someone just has a particular goal they need help with getting focus on. They need someone to bounce an idea off of. And again, that's 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 sessions, and then it's until the goal's reached, and then it's done. Hopefully you've done such a good job, they will use you for other things. But anyway, it starts giving them a thought process to help themselves establish goals and meet goals, okay? So that's goal setting. Again, kind of a one-off. Mastermind groups, and I love mastermind groups. Now, mastermind groups are just kind of it's a regular session, and everyone can come in and just say, hey, here's a topic or some topics, and the group decides. Now, the coach is more like a facilitator. We talk about the topic, we work through it, and also the mastermind group could be a topic that the coach brings. Maybe it's like a book club, and you want a mastermind group to go over a book. Maybe it's a leadership book or some process book or the latest business book, and it's a book study. So mastermind groups can be used for that too, but it's still coaching. You have a facilitator, you have someone who says, hey, let's set some goals and let's keep this on track, all right? So next, we're going to talk about the problem. Okay, this is the reason that the 45 Plus Life Coach was founded. The conventional wisdom in business, especially business, is that you've reached your peak by age 45. And again, that I think could be as early as 35. Because when you get to that age, you start noticing, and I'm going to say the word, ageism, age discrimination. And I don't care who you are, what, any of your demographics. When you get to a certain age, you're old, and they start discounting you. So it's very, very important to stay ahead and stay up with current technology and terms and lingo. Okay, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be aware of it so you don't look like a doofus in a meeting, okay? Jobs and promotions are harder to come by after age 45. Recent research found that hiring managers across the board reported that candidates who are 45-year-old and above to be the worst in terms of application readiness, fitness, and previous experience. Now, there's a 2-part to that statistic. So just the initial take is they're not prepared. Maybe they come in with an attitude like, I don't need to prepare for this job. I've been doing this when you were in diaper. That kind of an attitude. Don't if you're 45 plus, don't do that. Okay. Hiring managers' top concerns were perceived reluctance among older workers to try new technologies. That was 38%. Inability to learn new skills, 27%. And difficulty in working with other generations, 21%. You're marginalized, ignored, and maybe experiencing some ageism or age discrimination. Now, this is all true. Again, if you're 35 plus, especially if you are 45 plus or in your 50s, you know what I'm saying is true. You've experienced this, and I can help. Continuing with the problem, you're in desperate need of training, support, and coaching that your company is not providing. It's appalling. The lack of support, especially at the lower levels, companies do not provide these days. With all the technology and all the talk of collaboration and, inclusion and all that, it's amazing how those are just empty words. Okay, so that is a problem. You have lost your edge and your skill set is behind the times in areas such as sales techniques, closing skills, social media, LinkedIn, technical skills, internet, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, on and on and on. You are in the need of extra life help resources to help navigate the next reality. So you're overwhelmed, alone, and lack confidence. You're concerned about your career and future. You're also having trouble staying motivated because you worry about your health and stress. You don't have enough hours in the day, yet time seems to be flying by faster and faster every day. Plus all the other concerns that you have when you're 45 plus. Hey, look, now I think I got this from a Tyler Perry and Medea movie. And so I can't remember which movie, but I think this is so accurate. When you're 45 plus, especially in your 50s, a lot of us are still dealing with our parents, right? Our parents are still there. They're having health issues, whether it's cancer, Alzheimer's. It's terrible. And you have to deal with that. But then you flip around the other way. You're dealing with kids or maybe grandkids. Maybe you have kids who have failed to launch. They're still living at home. Maybe kids that can't get their lives in order, or they have kids and you become the parent because your kids aren't able to take care of their kids, right? And then there's you and your spouse or significant other. You got to worry about that relationship and your health. And then you got to wrap a career in with all that. Man, it's overwhelming. It is daunting, okay? This is probably the hardest time of life, but you got to get a grip on it. Again, by doing that is part of that's coaching, or maybe it's counseling, depending on the situation. But the point is, this is a very stressful point in life. And lastly, you need a reset or image and mindset to remain competitive, and if you go to our website, any of the websites, Platinum Business Consulting, Platinum Training Technologies, or the 45 Plus Life Coach, I tell my story. My story basically is I got to the point where I just got old, and I was wearing the same shoes I did 20 years ago, had the same suit, same haircut, same fashion, same style. I'm holding out for, parachute pants and mullets to come back in. I think mullets might make it. I don't know. I'm still working on that. But the point is this. You got to move ahead with the times. And a lot of us, we get in 45 plus, we don't like to move ahead with the times. You have to, people. You have to. Friends, listen, you got to get on the internet. You got to get on social media. It's here. All right. And I know some people don't like it, because I don't want my information out there. Newsflash, you're all over the internet and you don't even know it, just because of the way we're all interconnected. So guess what? Let's talk about the solution. It's the 45 Plus Life Coach. Hey, no surprise there. The 45 Plus Life Coach program offers individual, group, and mastermind coaching packages to help you and or your team reach your goals. Okay, they're reasonable, but hey, there's a cost, and you've got to invest in yourself, okay? Check that out on our website. The 45 Plus Life Coach program will also improve existing skills and teach new ones through our online learning academy or platform. It's 24/7, over 3,000 courses on a ton of topics that's going to help get you caught up on a lot of skills, okay? They're little short courses, 3 to 10 minutes, micro learning. You can learn a lot. Do it at your leisure. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, I could just go to YouTube. You know what? You would have already done that. Okay. If you are not in a program that's structured and that you are completing tasks and that you're paying for, you're probably not going to do it because you would have already done it, right? All right. So that's how the 45 Plus Life Coach can help. We can also give you access to hundreds of learning tracks designed for the 45 Plus group, which will hone in specific areas like advanced selling skills, handling objections, business writing, business math, a managerial refresher or tune-up, diversity, leadership, a Microsoft refresher. Man, I need that too because, whether it's Word or Excel or PowerPoint, every time there's a new version, there's little changes. This will help keep you up to date. And lastly, we can provide access to additional life help resources. We have a library on our store that we can give you access to, which has a ton of topics, whether it's, parenting and family, stress management, success, time management, how to handle procrastination, on and on. Just little life help or life hack articles to help you out. What are the results? That's what we're all after, right, is the results. So if you get with us, enroll in one of our programs, you will get up to date and stay ahead of all the latest technology, trends, and practices in the modern business environment. Coaching can help do that. Maybe your goal is, hey, I just want to be coached up on all the latest stuff. No problem. We can help you with that. You will exhibit new confidence in your personal and professional life as you learn new skills and technology, hone and improve your existing skills, and pretty soon you're going to be the go-to person in your organization. Now that's pretty cool. You'll be more confident in exploring new opportunities within your current company or even a new company. You may decide it's time to finally start your own business, and that's also cool. People will notice the change in your outlook and your demeanor as you realize that you're still a valuable asset to any organization. In fact, you might find yourself in high demand from other companies. So good luck in the interview, okay? 3/4, that's 73% of career changers aged 45 plus said that attending training helped them get a new job. Let's also add learn a new skill. Once hired, managers found that older workers often outperform their younger peers 9 in 10. 87% of hiring managers say that hires who are 45 years old and above have been as good as or better than the younger employees. Now remember, we had a statistic earlier that said before hiring they were very skeptical. But once they were hired, they're like, oh man, this was actually a good hire. You'll become part of a supportive community, all right? We're here to help you, here to support you. So there's an African proverb, I love this. It goes like this. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Okay, we want to help you go further, okay? And we could do that together. Anyway, that is it. So, another one in the can. So again, this is the Platinum Podcast or the Platinum Business Break, Coaching or Counseling, Season 3, Episode 4. Hey, look, if any of this resonates with you, please reach out to us. You can reach out at info@platinumtrainingtechnologies.com. Go to our website. Check us out, and we would love to help you, especially if you need some coaching or your company would like to enroll in some sort of a coaching program. We can help with that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. So take care, and we will see you next time. Bye.